Hello everyone, my name is Justin Wortham. I'm a student at Arizona State University. I'm in FAS370. This is my creative outreach project entitled Living Single. Today I'm going to talk to you about the demographics of single people living in America, the stigmatization of single people, empathy received solely on the basis of being single, living arrangements of single people in comparison to heteronormative couples, the societal shift in the increase of single people in their early 20s, and how they find family alternatives and interpersonal relationships as a single person in comparison to heteronormative couples. The demographics of single Americans. Single Americans are an increasing group of people. The population of single men and women increased from 17% in 1970 to 27% in 2010. Over a quarter of all households are single households, with a greater percentage being women and 45% being men. The number of unmarried women aged 20 to 24 grew 36% in 1970 to 79% in 2012. Unmarried women aged 30 to 34 grew from 6% in 1970 to 30% in 2012. Unmarried men aged 20 to 24 grew from 55% in 1970 to 89% in 2012, and it's currently estimated that 10% of young men and women today will never marry. So why are more Americans choosing to live single? The postponement of marriage or lack of fulfillment from being married, a growing elderly population and an increased life expectancy, careers, widowhood, divorce, a desire to be alone, and personal freedom. The stigmatization of single people. In Western society, living single is either seen as undesirable or an intentional act of rebellion. Those who live single by choice elicit a more negative response compared to those who are not single by choice. But circumstances affect the stigma of living single. Widows are viewed more positively than those who never married or those who divorced. The idea that being single is completely optional may fuel prejudice towards single people by product of divorce or never marrying. A study found that singles do self-identify as a group on some level and are aware of their membership in a stigmatized group. Prejudice towards singles involves more of their perceived ability by others to be in a relationship, more so than being grouped as a single person. Research suggests that single stigmatization may feel more personal than group-based. Intersectionality and being a member of other stigmatized groups, whether that be racial or sexuality, are some potential moderators of prejudice towards single people that could be explored in future research. Empathy for singles. Some people automatically feel empathetic for singles just for being single, and singles do admit to being lonely, although some are just as happy as their married counterparts. But the thing is that being single, the term single is just a blanket term for someone who is not legally married. And it's not exclusively definitive. Some singles are in relationships but choose to live alone. Other singles cohabitate with a partner. Single household arrangements. About half of single people live alone. Many of them live with their families or friends. A study of singles in Britain showed that singles challenged a heteronormative habitation by living with their friends nearby. Singles in the study were less likely to own a home than couples. For example, due to high living costs, a single woman in the study, in her early 40s, bought a home with her friends and that allowed her to have a sense of a home. Another man in the study found a similar equivalent of home as a single person when he rented a house with his friends on a holiday. This shows that being single does not equal being alone, and single people are making their own versions of household. The societal shift in early 20s singles. Women are earning higher wages that don't require a male partner to balance, which is one reason why they are not getting married or delaying marriage and remaining single. Women with ambitious career goals may see marriage and domestic life as detrimental to achieving those goals. And of course, couples are simply choosing to cohabitate, and some people are just not seeing marriage as a requirement to be happy. Modern families for singles. Many singles are finding alternative families that are just as meaningful to them as nuclear families and heteronormative households. Many LGBT singles create their own families separate from their biological ones, a term coined family of choice. One single woman, for example, considered her best friends of over 15 years who lived within walking distance to be her family, and as a result saw no need for a partner. These are the references I used to gather the information for my presentation today. And I thank you very much for watching my presentation today. If you have any questions, you can direct them to my email, jworthe1@asu.edu, and I'd really appreciate if you would leave comments and ask questions below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I really hope you enjoy learning about single life, single living, stereotypes, and realities of being single. Thank you.